Freeholder Di Nicola.
Here.
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Here.
Freeholder Voss.
Here.
Freeholder Zur.
Here.
Chairman Tinelli.
Here. Evidence of a quorum is present. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please read the minutes to be accepted?
July 27, 2016, work session, Freeholder Felice absent. July 27, 2016, public session, Freeholder Felice absent. August 10, 2016, work session, Freeholder Gans absent.
We have a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. May I have a motion to open the meeting to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Now, a 3-minute time limit in effect according with Bergen County Freeholder bylaws. The Borough Attorney will keep the time. When that time of the speaker expires, timekeeper will announce the time has expired. Please fill out a slip of paper with your name, address, and a general topic. Neil Weissman.
Good evening. I hope you're having a good summer.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to update you on the advocacy to widen the bicycle pedestrian paths on the George Washington Bridge. If you're not familiar, the Regional Plan Association has sought to improve the infrastructure, sustainability, and quality of life on the tri-state region for the past 90 years. And in a preview of the 4th Regional Plan, RPA has articulated 4 categories of improvements to sustain a fair and thriving metropolitan region. Widening the GWB paths helps achieve all 4. It would spur adoption of a regional bike grid, which would support the growth of jobs and population without increasing spending on roads and mass transit. It would help reduce spending on housing and transport from 51% of household income to 45% by 2040. And by reducing the need for off-street parking, cycling would lower the cost of housing construction and free up real estate for development. Cycle tourism reduces the economic incentive to convert open space for development. And in terms of resilience, it would support thousands of commuters per hour should we lose the Hudson Tunnel. This is what happened in New York after Superstorm Sandy, and what will happen in 2019 when the Canarsie Tunnel is closed for 18 months. It'll cost 250,000 New Yorkers subway service. And I think you want to track this if you ever want to get a sense of what it's going to be like if we lose the Hudson Tunnel. By way of comparison with what other transport agencies are doing, New York State DOT has allocated a 20-foot wide bike lane on the new Kosciuszko Bridge connecting Brooklyn and Queens, even though the current Kosciuszko has no bike-ped traffic at all. And New York City DOT just announced a study of what will be a costly and complex plan to triple capacity on the Brooklyn Bridge, which would allocate cyclists their own 14-foot wide facility, or double what PA plans for the GWB, even though peak bike travel on the GWB exceeds the Brooklyn by 40%. Over the past, you have remarks, articles about this. I hope you'll take a look at it. Over the past 4 months, the Regional Plan Association, 6 community boards in Manhattan and the Bronx, each representing 150,000 residents, the city of Yonkers and the boroughs of Edgewater and Fort Lee have joined the 130 organizations and electeds now in support. I welcome you guys to join the fold. Thank you all.
Thank you. So just to give you an update, there are members interested in supporting. I'm working with the administration to find out what that means to Bergen County if you do pass a resolution in support of it, with our county roads or however this may impact us. Before we pass the resolution, we want to make sure that we're in lockstep with the administration, just so you know that. I appreciate your email and your correspondence and keeping me up to date on who's actually signing on and who's not. I'm sure my colleagues do as well. So just to let you know that the wheel is still moving, but before, I want to make sure I get the buy-in from the administration before I do it.
I'm appreciative. I think this would put a burden, this would put if you're going to follow through in what you're asking, this would put a burden on the county, and I think it's entirely appropriate, so I appreciate that.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Bowers.
Chuck Powers, TNEC today from the Bergen Grassroots. As you all know, on November 8th, we will be electing six officials, not necessarily new officials, to the county offices, 3 of your freeholders and 3 constitutional officers. On the 26th and 27th of October, at the TNEC auditorium, beginning at 7:30. On the 26th, the 6 Democratic and Republican candidates, plus 1 of the 2 Libertarian candidates for freeholder, the second having declined to be part of any forum, will be involved in the discussion of what they would bring to the freeholder board in the 3 years that they would be serving. And the next day, for clerk and for surrogate and for sheriff, the 6 candidates who are going to be on the ballot this year will be participating in a second forum. Again, that's the 26th and 27th of October at the TNEC auditorium, and we look forward to all the members who are watching tonight, as well as all of you being participating, and of course 2 of you are particularly knowledgeable about that evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowers. I'm sure they can't wait, just like we couldn't wait last year.
Absolutely.
What time was that again?
7:30.
7:30. Okay.
Okay, seeing no one else wishing to speak, may I have a motion to close the meeting to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Now, close to the public. Will the clerk please read the resolutions on the consent agenda?
897-16 through 921-16, 923-16 through 926-16, and 928-16 through 929-16.
I have a motion to accept the resolutions on the consent agenda.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Freeholder DiNicola.
Yes.
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Vaz.
Yes.
Freeholder Zor.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes. Are there any resolutions on non-consent pulled or tabled? If so, will the clerk please read?
Thank you.
Okay, 922-16 is a resolution authorizing professional construction management CM services for Phase 1 of the Justice Center renovations in Hackensack by Gilbane Company, Inc.
A motion introduced.
So moved.
Have a second? Please call the roll.
Just a brief comment, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to cite my comments during the work meeting at this time about process. Thank you.
Okay, please call the roll.
Freeholder DiNicola.
No?
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yeah, I think this is a very important resolution to have construction manager replace all the board, yes.
Okay. Vaz.
I also agree that it's extremely important to have a construction manager before the work begins, and I'm emphatically voting yes.
Freeholder Zor.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes, not to belabor the point, but we saw firsthand here on a couple projects that lacked the leadership and project management, and it cost us more money in the long run, so I'm voting yes. Thank you.
Chairman, if I may, the various testimony that we heard this afternoon suggests that this is a cost saving, not just because we're paying the construction manager to oversee the project, but also to coordinate it in such a way that it minimizes the impact on the county for the various trades that have to be put together. So for those reasons, and those that I stated earlier, I also vote yes.
Thank you for your time. Okay, so resolution passes.
Okay. Then there's 927-16 on non-consent, which is a resolution authorizing authorizing the amended legal contract with Florio, Perucci, Steinhardt, and Fader LLC to represent Freeholder Maura Dianicola in the matter Matthew Ryan versus Bergen County Board of Freeholders et al.
So
Yeah.
moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Chairman, before the roll call, before this resolution came before the board, I advised Freeholder Dianicola that she only needs to abstain on this roll call.
Good, thank you, counsel. Please call the roll.
Freeholder Dianicola abstains. Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zor.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we'll now go on to our ordinances for first reading and introduction. Will the clerk please read ordinance 16-18 by title only?
16-18 is a bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements by the County of Bergen, appropriating the aggregate amount of $3,393,500, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $3,225,000 bonds or notes of the county to finance part of the costs thereof.
May I have a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Freeholder Dianicola.
No.
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zor.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes.
Ordinance 1618 passes first reading.
Any comments allowed on that this time, Chairman?
I'll have comments. Freely.
Say again?
Sure. If you'd like to make a
I
comment.
just want to say that this is going to save millions of dollars for Bergen taxpayers. It's like refinancing your home. As the interest rates come down, I'm sorry?
That was only first reading. This did.
First reading of the public ordinance. 16, 18, Freeholder.
Thank you.
Okay. So almost. You'll be back. Okay, will the clerk please read ordinance 1619 by title only?
1619 is a bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements by the County of Bergen, appropriating the aggregate amount of $5,039,500, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $4,791,000 bonds or notes of the county to finance part of the cost thereof.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Freeholder Dianicola.
Yes.
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zor.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes.
Ordinance 16-19 passes first reading.
Okay, second reading and adoption of ordinance 16-10. Will the clerk please read ordinance 16-10 by title only?
The proof of publication of the ordinance notice of public hearing was published in the Record and Herald News on Sunday, July 17, 2016, and is on file in my office. A copy of the notice of hearing and ordinance number 16-10 was duly posted pursuant to NJSA 40A:2-17 on Friday, July 15, 2016. The title is read as follows: Guarantee Ordinance Securing the Bergen County Improvement Authority's County Guaranteed Governmental Loan Revenue Refunding Bonds, Series 2016, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $105 million.
May I have a motion to open the hearing on the ordinance 16-10 to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We'll now have a public hearing is now open with a 5-minute time limit to speak about ordinance 16-10 only at this time. Board attorney will keep the time. When the time of the speaker has expired, the timekeeper will announce the time has expired. Anyone wishing to speak on ordinance 16-10? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 16-10 to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. The public hearing on ordinance 16-10 is closed. Is there any board discussion or comment on 16-10? Freeholder Gans?
Thank you. I'm going to repeat partially what I said before, but this is a tremendous savings to the taxpayer. We've done this on many other occasions, and this is, in my opinion, a no-brainer that I will happily vote for.
Any other freeholder?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I concur with my colleague over there. These are things we need to do to keep the taxes down, and always find revenue, found revenue for us, so I'm glad to vote yes on this.
just briefly, I'll echo my colleagues' comments. In no way does this increase any responsibility on the county or the taxpayer. In fact, it will be savings for municipalities and as well as the county for the portion of the bonds that are for county projects. Someone didn't heed your earlier message, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you for your, I'd just like to just say, repeat what I said in the work session today. These are opportunities, shared service opportunities where the county people know little about, but the county offers this unique opportunity for municipalities, Board of Educations, and other government entities to come and share in a triple bond rating, which reduces the burden of those taxpayers and those municipalities, as well as constantly looking to improve our financial situation by refinancing our debt. So there'll be three ordinances on tonight that's doing just that. So it's a shared service that we're very proud of, and it's just one of those things that we're able to help all 70 municipalities if they come to us and work it out. So with that being said, may I have a motion to adopt ordinance 16-10 as read by the clerk?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Freeholder Di Nicola.
Yes?
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gantz.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zor.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes.
Ordinance 16-10 is adopted.
Okay, second reading and adoption of ordinance 16-11. Will the clerk please read the ordinance 16-11 by title only?
The proof of publication of ordinance notice of public hearing was published in the Bergen and the Herald News on Sunday, July 17, 2016, and is filed in my office. A copy of the notice of the hearing and ordinance number 16-11 was duly posted pursuant to NJSA 48:2-17 on Friday, July 15, 2016. The title is read as follows: Refunding Bond Ordinance Providing for the Refunding of Outstanding General Obligation Bonds by the County of Bergen, appropriating $52 million, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $52 million refunding bonds of the county to finance the cost thereof.
May I have a motion to open the hearing
So
on
moved.
ordinance 16-11 to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Public hearing is now open with a 5-minute time limit to speak about ordinance 16-11. Only at this time, the board attorney will keep the time. When the time of the speaker expires, the timekeeper will announce the time has expired. Anyone wishing to speak on ordinance 16-11? Not seeing anyone, I entertain a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 16-11 to the public. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The public hearing on ordinance 16-11 is closed. Is there any board discussion or comment on ordinance 16-11?
Just, Mr. Chairman, just to reiterate, this is another one of those ordinances where we're doing exactly what you set forth. This one alone is going to be saving taxpayers over $450,000, and is, which is very meaningful as far as the way that is going to actually impact our taxpayers. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I would ask, Chairman, that we place the remarks of the previous ordinance commentary by the members of the board in full in the record to reflect that it was also our comments on this.
Okay, thank you, Fairley. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 16-11 as read?
Second.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Okay, Freeholder Di Nicola.
Yes.
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gantz.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zor.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 16-11 is adopted.
Second reading and adoption of ordinance 16-12. Will the clerk please read ordinance 16-12 by title only?
The proof of publication of the ordinance notice of public hearing was published in the record in the Herald News on Sunday, July 17, 2016, and is on file in my office. A copy of the notice of the hearing and ordinance number 16-12 was duly posted pursuant to NJSA 48:2-17 on Friday, July 15, 2016. The title is read as follows: Guarantee Ordinance Securing the Bergen County Improvement Authority's County Guaranteed Revenue Bonds, Series 2016, Greater Bergen Community Action, Inc. project, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $15 million.
May I have a motion to open the hearing on ordinance 16-12 to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Public hearing is now open with a 5-minute time limit to speak about ordinance 16-12. Only at this time, the board attorney will keep the time. When the time of the speaker has expired, the timekeeper will announce the time has expired. Anyone wishing to speak on ordinance 16-12? Not seeing anyone, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 16-12 to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The public hearing on ordinance 1612 is now closed. I would assume, Freeholder, that you'd like to make that same request
Yes.
as remarks before. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Freeholder?
This also, just to clarify, allows the Bergen County Greater Community Action Board to both swap collateral but also refinance, which enables them to save money as they continue their mission as Bergen County's main anti-poverty agency. So this expands the impact that we're even able to have here in Bergen County as the county. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Freeholder. May I have a motion to adopt
So
ordinance
moved.
16-12 as read by the clerk? Call the roll, please.
Freeholder DeNicola.
Yes.
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Boss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zor.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes.
Ordinance 16-12 is adopted.
Second reading and adoption of ordinance 16-15. Will the clerk please read ordinance 16-15 by title only?
The proof of publication of the ordinance notice of public hearing was published in the Herald and the Record and the Herald News on Sunday, August 14, 2016, and is on file in my office. A copy of the notice of the hearing and ordinance number 16-15 was duly posted pursuant to NJSA 48:2-17 on Friday, August 12, 2016. The title is read as follows: Bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements by the County of Bergen, appropriating the aggregate amount of $1,942,500, therefore and authorizing the issuance of $1,848,000 bonds or notes of the county to finance part of the cost thereof.
I have a motion to open the hearing on ordinance 16-15 to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Public hearing is now open with a 5-minute time limit to speak about ordinance 16-15. Only at this time. The board attorney will keep the time. When the time of the speaker expires, timekeeper will announce the time is expired. Anyone in the audience wishing to speak on ordinance 16-15? Not seeing anyone, I'll take a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 16-15 to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The public hearing on ordinance 16-15 is now closed. Is there any board discussion or comments on ordinance 16-15? Not seeing any, I'll entertain a motion to adopt ordinance 16-15 as read by the clerk.
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Freeholder DeNicola.
Yes.
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zor.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes.
Ordinance 16-15 is adopted.
Second reading and adoption of ordinance 16-16. Will the clerk please read the ordinance 16-16 by title only?
The proof of publication of the ordinance notice of public hearing was published in the Herald and the Record, the Herald News and the Record on Sunday, August 14, 2016, and is on file in my office. A copy of the notice of the hearing and ordinance number 16-16 was duly posted pursuant to NJSA 48:2-17 on Friday, August 12, 2016. The title is read as follows: Bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements by the County of Bergen, appropriating the aggregate amount of $283,000, therefore and authorizing the issuance of $268,500 in bonds or notes of the county to finance part of the cost thereof.
I have a motion to open hearing on ordinance 16-16 to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Public hearing is now open with a 5-minute time limit to the speaker about ordinance, to speak about ordinance 16-16. Only at this time. The board attorney will keep the time. When the time of the speaker has expired, the timekeeper will announce the time has expired. Anyone wishing to speak on ordinance 16-16? Not seeing anyone, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 16-16 to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The public hearing on ordinance 16-16 is now closed. Is there any board discussion or comment on 16-16? Not seeing anyone, I'll entertain a motion to adopt ordinance 16-16 as read by the clerk.
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Freeholder DeNicola.
Yes.
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zor.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes.
Ordinance 16-16 is adopted.
This is it. This one should take our time. Second reading and adoption of ordinance 16-17. Will the clerk please read ordinance 16-17 by title only?
The Proof of publication of the ordinance notice of public hearing was published in the Record and the Herald News on Sunday, August 14, 2016, and is on file in my office. A copy of the notice of the hearing and ordinance number 16-17 was duly posted pursuant to NJSA 48:2-17 on Friday, August 12, 2016. The title is read as follows. A bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements by the County of Bergen appropriating the aggregate amount of $777,500, therefore and authorizing the issuance of $739,500 in bonds or notes of the county to finance part of the cost thereof.
I have a motion to open the hearing to the public on ordinance 16-17.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Public hearing is now open with a 5-minute time limit to speak about ordinance 16-17 only at this time. The board attorney will keep the time. When the time the speaker has expired, the timekeeper will announce the time has expired. And when the public wishing to speak on ordinance 16-17, not seeing any, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 16-17 to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Don't get tired of me. Public hearing on ordinance 16-17 is now closed. Is there any board discussion or comment on ordinance 16-17?
Just as a point of order, Mr. Chairman, I don't have that ordinance in my packet today. I see it's on the agenda that's on our table here, but I realize it's a second reading.
Did you have it in the work session?
No, I didn't have the agenda, it was 16-17 on it in the work session.
So on the first copy of the ordinance, of the agenda that was distributed prior to the work session, it was not listed, but the one that was in the work session today did in fact have 16-17 on it.
Want it?
Okay.
But the first one that was out was,
Reading.
16-17.
Okay. See?
Oh, is it on the other page?
that's the only one, that's what I got.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the one that
Yeah, that was in the
Okay.
Friday packet. so-
That's the Friday,
Yeah.
not the one that was distributed on Monday.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Not the final.
No, it was the final, my final, anyway. Okay. Okay,
Do that. Okay, good. Okay, thanks. All right.
thank you.
So, need a motion.
Motion
So
to
it's-
adopt.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 16-17 as read by the clerk?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Freeholder DeNicola.
Yes.
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Bus.
Yes.
Freeholder Zur.
Yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 16-17 is adopted.
Chairman,
Yes.
I just want to say that on my agenda schedule was lacking that the actual resolution itself, the backup, was here in my packet, and I had an opportunity to look at it and read it, and I made an informed decision in voting in favor.
Thank you. Okay, there's 3 resolutions that we need in reference to the ordinances. So will clerk please read the resolutions related to second reading on ordinance 16-15, 16-16, and 16-17,
Do you want
please?
to do them as consent or separately?
Consent's fine.
Okay. Okay, on consent is 930-16, 931-16, and 932-16.
I have a motion to accept the ordinance resolutions on the consent agenda as read by the clerk.
Second,
Please call the roll.
Freeholder DeNicola.
Yes.
Freeholder Felice is absent. Freeholder Gans.
Aye.
Freeholder Sullivan.
Yes.
Freeholder Bos.
Yes.
Freeholder Zur.
yes.
Chairman Tinelli.
Yes.
Ordinance is passed.
Okay. Now move on to freeholder committee reports. Freeholder Sullivan.
Thank you, Chairman.
Just remind everybody to please try to keep it to 5 minutes
You don't have to remind me, buddy. First, I want to thank the Freeholder Board for passing Resolution 906-16, which authorizes a contract with New Hope Foundation for $65,000 to provide treatment to those suffering from drug addiction. It's really a bipartisan issue up here, and we all take it very, to heart. And I'm proud of all my colleagues on the board for all coming together on such an important cause. Heroin affects all our communities in the county, and this is just one step we can take as freeholders to help combat the devastating epidemic, and it is an epidemic, we all know that now. There are a number of ordinances that the board passed this evening, which will pool financing to Bergen County Improvement Authority in order to save millions of dollars on future interest payments on county and municipal projects. We've been talking about it, and every mayor I talk to, we talk to them about it. And the mayor and council, they need to know that they can come through the BCIA and use the wonderful bond rating the county has acquired, and to save their taxpayers money. We're doing it here in the county, and I urge all municipalities to do the same thing. And as September approaches, I just want to wish everyone a happy and safe the rest of the summer. I know it's coming to an end too quick. My kids are not ready to go back to school, nor is my wife, who's a teacher. But they will get back in the swing of things. And there'll be many street fairs and picnics, and I urge that the community get out and support them before the end of the summer. And again, good luck in the coming school year to those who go to school. And enjoy the rest of your summer and be safe. That's all I have, Chairman. Thank you very much.
Freeholder Moss.
Thank you, Chairman. Just a few brief things. One of our purchasing agents here in Bergen County won an award for being one of the best counties in terms of doing the best purchasing for the county. And once again, we are saving money for the taxpayers, and I just wanted to call attention to that. Just a few things. On August 15th, we had a flag raising for Korean Independence Day. And I think that we have to remember how important it is that we have all of the rights and privileges we have in this country. On August 15th, 1945, Korea officially came out from under the domination of the Japanese. And this is one of the interesting things, because I think we all watched the Olympics over the past few weeks. And when Korea was under the domination of Japan, all the Korean athletes were given Japanese names, and in the record book, all of them were listed as being Japanese gold medals. And just about a few years ago, the Olympic Committee revisited this, and now all of those medals belong to the Koreans. And so, it was a long, hard fight, but as I said, we have to remember how very lucky we are in this country. Then we also had a flag raising commemorating Indian independence, which came about August 15th, 1947. And they got their independence from Britain. And I think that we learned some very, very valuable lessons from what Mohandas Gandhi taught us. And his techniques we used very successfully in our civil rights movement, which we still are going through in many instances. And so I think that we have to learn lessons all the time, or revisit lessons all the time. One of my pet projects is Project Literacy. You're going to hear me speak a great deal about this. I had a big meeting this afternoon about how we are going to be able to communicate with people in the county. And as I've mentioned before, we are a county of almost 1 million people, but almost 100,000 people in our county are basically functional illiterates. So I'm going to be doing a great deal of work on this in the future, and we'll keep you apprised of, what steps we're taking to make this horrible illiteracy issue go away. And again, I hope everybody has had a wonderful summer, and back to school is true. And so anyway, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and that's all I have to say.
Freeholder Gans.
Well, we earlier celebrated with a birthday cake to our 2 birthday women, my running mate, former chair of this body, Dr. Joan Voss, celebrates her birthday today, and my colleague, Maura Nicola, celebrates her birthday tomorrow, and I'm going to lead the board in happy birthday. May I, Chairman?
Absolutely.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
Your report.
Bergen Wellness, because you let me sing happy birthday to my favorite freeholders, I'm going to suspend the rest of my report, except to note that the Bergen Wellness Program is still going strong, and if you want to get discounts for your pets of up to 30% on medicine, and for humans up to 42%, it remains a great program. Hearing aids, up to 50% off, and these are real dollars that we're talking about. Bernadette, the person who ran with me the first time, took her mom out in Philadelphia to get a hearing aid, and Bernadette decided that she's been carrying the Bergen Wellness card for 10 years, and she's going to try it. Her mother was quoted $2,900 for the hearing aid. With the Bergen Wellness card, $900. This is not a rebate. Right at the cash register, point of use. Great program, brought to you by the Freeholders and the county executive. As the summer draws to a close, so does this report. Thank you.
Phil and Dina Cola, I'm sure you want to waive your report for your birthday, right?
That would be a gift to you, wouldn't it?
Very good.
Just very quickly, I want to say that earlier this month I spent a very stormy night at the mayor and council meeting in Emerson to watch them pass the resolution to create an Access for All advisory committee. They are our 30th municipality. We have 2 more up later this month, so we really are moving along, and hopefully we'll have every single town in Bergen County on board shortly for this important committee supporting those with disabilities. The Senior Coalition also met, and speaking of Freeholder Bernadette McPherson, who began the Elder Abuse Conference, I want to announce that this year's conference is going to be October the 14th in Mahwah, up at the LeBlanc Public Safety Center, so please mark your calendars for that. Unfortunately, this is an issue that is just growing throughout our county, especially as our senior population also increases. Under veterans, I want to mention that Gold Star Mother's Day is coming up. That's Sunday, September 25th, a very, very important day to remember the mothers and also the families of the fallen in Bergen County. And there are many who gave the ultimate sacrifice, including many young men who have recently lost their lives in the county. And we'll see those families there. The Gold Star Mother's Day Committee will be supporting and organizing the event, and I hope to see some of my colleagues there as well. It's 7 p.m. in Van Ness Park. You heard about the flag raisings. Quickly, Bark in the Park was earlier this month as well on a very, very hot day. Bark in the Park is sponsored in part by the North Shore Animal League, and I want to give a shout out to the Bergen County SPCA, which works with our prosecutor's office. They were the rescuers of my most recent rescued dog, Cato, who is home, hopefully watching a freeholder meeting on TV. But they do great work. They really do, and they don't get a lot of attention and a lot of accolades. If anybody out there witnesses animal cruelty, you can call them at 201-573-8900, and they respond to every call. And the last thing I want to say is, over the weekend, I brought my youngest back to college. She's beginning her senior year, and like thousands of other families out there in the county, I'm sure, who did the same, we're beginning to feel that summer is ending. So I just hope that everyone begins the school year very well, and that it's successful and productive. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to my brother, my next youngest brother, Dan, today is also his birthday. He is my Irish twin, and just to give you a little hint, today is the last day that we will be in our 50s together. So now you know how old I'll be. So there you go. That's the end of my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Zerk?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay. There's a couple things that are going on in our parks that I think are pretty amazing. First and foremost is the movies in the park. I had the privilege of giving out popcorn when the screening of Pam, but there have really been a tremendous use of our parks and having our families out there to enjoy this. Providing movies has been really wonderful to watch, and to see the outpouring has been tremendous. The other thing that's going on is a project that I've been working on for quite some time, so I'm happy to see it finally get off the ground. It's Get Fit in Bergen. There's going to be free yoga classes offered 6 to 7 p.m. in Peck County Park on Tuesday nights, I believe it is. And so I'm thrilled that we're going to be inviting people in, giving free group exercise, and getting people moving so that we can all have a more healthy population and more stress relief going on within our communities. We also are having farmers markets that are going on here in the county every Wednesday from 11 to 2, right at the parking lot on Kansas Street. They give us an opportunity to buy some wonderful produce, some fresh made products, and for me, the dried strawberries that I'm a sucker for. We also on Monday had a roundtable with the Workforce Development Board with our healthcare providers, with 3 of the major hospitals within our community, to interface with them and actually assess what their needs are so that we can better be training our workforce and make sure that our students and those who are seeking employment be better trained in order to fill the gaps for them, and also how we can provide, therefore, better health care as a corollary to that as well. You know, finally, Mr. Chairman, I just want to underscore what many of my colleagues have touched on, which are unifying throughout the agenda that we saw before us tonight. We had a resolution 898-16, which was a shared services agreement. We had refinancing of our bonds. We had the presentation of the awards for our purchasing agent, one of the top 30 communities this year of purchasing. All of this are the goals of this administration and the goals of this board to do more with less, to provide more efficient government, and to be more effective in the process. So just want to applaud all, the administration, and I know all of us will keep up the diligent work to make sure that we're advocating at every turn for the taxpayers of Bergen County. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. So always going last, everything always gets mentioned, so I checked it off. Zoo, park movies, Korean and Indian flag raising. There's a lot of activities going on in Bergen County parks, so please check the website for updated information. We're running a lot of programs, and I'd like everyone to please take advantage of them. I also want to thank my colleagues for their efforts each and every day. When you watch these broadcasts and you hear about everything they're attending and everything they're involved in and where they're lending their support, it's a lot of work, and I want to thank them for all the nights and weekends that they're out representing the people of Bergen County. Not to blow our own horns, but the purchasing agent got the award today, but this board sits and diligently goes through the budget every year and sets the budget that we're going to spend, and then we sit and diligently go through the bills that come before us to be paid. So we're going to take a little piece of that plaque that was handed to the administration today, and we're going to proudly display that. That's, again, some of the hard work that this board does collectively, and I want to thank you for that. And I want to close on saying happy birthday to my 2 colleagues on the Freeholder board.
Thank you
I
very much.
hope you had a great day, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow.
Is it true that Freeholders are going to be one of the instructors for the yoga classes?
No.
That's a
I
great way to
might
end the meeting,
participate, but I will not instruct, that is for sure.
Okay, so
I'm not going.
there being nothing further to come before this board, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We are adjourned at 8:21.